Welcome to the Gauntlet of Gaming, where these hands are rated D for everyone. My name is Malik.
Francis.
And I'm Santiago.
And today is our return. We have returned from the depths of the abyss. We're back from vacation, which means
we died, but we lived.
You said we died.
We died, and we died, and we came back. So now we're got the Gauntlet of Gaming, the White.
We didn't die. We're not.
But we lived.
We're not a Lord of the Rings ripoff. We were.
But we can be.
Well,
Alright, keep your secrets.
It's a good question. If you get... No, you don't die when you get Thanos snapped and re-snapped. You merely just get unexisted. And then re-existed.
You get unexisted.
You
get unexisted. You get cancelled. That's what happens.
There you go.
Canceled.
Yeah, we got temporarily canceled. Yeah, by ourselves. We canceled ourselves. 2020, where you cancel yourselves because everyone else will cancel you.
Because life happens, and then we needed a break.
Yeah, no, but real talk, it feels good to be back, to be able to talk about video games again with you guys, to be able to play games and whatnot. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but during the vacation, I didn't play many video games.
No. I played Lethal League Blaze a little bit, but like, I didn't play too many games.
Yeah, which is, I mean, could be good and bad, but yeah, you'd think during a vacation I would like to be able to relax, play some video games, just reset everything. But it's just life got bit. Oh, that's an update. So yeah, since we've been on vacation, I am no longer Malik, member of the Gauntlet of Gaming. I'm Mr. Williams, member of the Gauntlet of Gaming, because your boy's officially an animation teacher now. So
that's lit.
Yeah, life, adulting, responsibilities. It's gonna have definite ramifications and effects on the Gauntlet of Gaming in the future. But it's whatever. It'd be like that sometimes, right?
Also, you heard it here first. I picked up Super Monkey Ball last night, so you can expect me to be streaming that in the near future.
Which is hype and excitement because Super Monkey Ball is like nostalgia kick to the gut, and I'm so ready for it.
I was going through sales last night, and I saw it on sale, and I was like, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD? This is happening.
Oh, man. Speaking of this is happening, your boy also finally, for the first time in his life, got an actual computer chair. So, like, I can
amazing.
Be, a real streamer now. I'm a real boy.
Yeah. we don't have to worry about a Russian roulette with the chairs anymore.
We don't, and we also don't have to worry about my butt literally getting strained just from wanting to stream. Thank God. Oh man, but anyways, with all the welcome backs and celebratories in place, this
wait.
Indeed... What do you want?
Do you have that lumbar support?
No.
Oh.
Did you set it to Wumbo?
I did indeed set it to Wumbo. What kind of idiot streams without setting his chair to Wumbo?
What's Wumbo?
You don't know what Wumbo is.
Oh, good God.
Like, the setting on a chair.
You don't... So anyways, welcome to the Gauntlet of Gaming, where these hands are rated D for everyone, as Francis is going to learn after the recording. You can find us. We're on social medias. We're on Instagram. It's the same name. We're on Twitter. Instead of it being the Gauntlet of Gaming, it's the Gauntlet _, G4 U and something. How
we're the new G4.
Which surprisingly we're hearing rumors about that returning, but that's a podcast for another day. Spoiler alert: we might not need a G4 in the future. But yeah, so you can find us on
need G4 when you have the Gauntlet of Gaming.
Exactly, and also
because we're fly like a G6.
Yep, we're definitely back. That's for sure. We are definitely back. Oh man. But yeah, no, like I was saying, who needs stuff like that when we also have YouTube, which is where you can find us. We haven't posted anything in a long time, and that's just because we're kind of starting with fresh. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to finish getting posted eventually, I promise, somewhat.
At some point.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll get to see the ending where I cry eventually. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. There are other games that definitely need to be highlighted on our YouTube channel, but I'm waiting for a very, very special upgrade that's going to allow me to, well, one, edit better, but two, allow for us to produce better quality content. So slowly we'll start having new content showing up. There's a lot of games that we've streamed that definitely need to get highlighted on our channel. But we'll take care of that in batches. What's up? What happened?
I also have my own personal highlight, I guess.
What's up?
I sort of started streaming.
Sort of, kind of.
Sorta.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe.
My mic is way too low that I barely talk.
But that's all right. We're getting there. We're getting
But
there.
yeah, I stream. Pretty much the longest I've streamed is already 2 hours.
But where can we
Monster Hunter World ASMR with Francis?
Hey, yeah, Monster Hunter ASMR. I'm also thinking. I've been playing God of War recently.
As I noticed from last night.
Yeah, and I was thinking, once I beat it, I will play it on the hardest difficulty to stream.
You won't. You won't do it.
I already said I was planning on it.
You won't do it. I'm betting that you won't.
Bet. Prove it wrong, Francis. Make him eat his words.
You guys finish this podcast on your own.
Accept the peer pressure. But no, yeah, that's right. Francis has officially started streaming on his own personal channel, which is Aoi, which is hold on, I'm gonna try to get to remember this.
HEEYYOOI.
I was gonna try to remember it, dang it. Oh man, but yeah, it's HEEYYOOI, correct? Yeah, that's what you said.
Yep.
Yeah. So 2 E's, 2 Y's, 2 O's, 1 I, which is weird because we have 2 of those, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So, with that amazing news, hopefully we can actually start to see some people trickle over as well, see some interesting content. The Gauntlet of Gaming channel itself, for those who don't know, is going to be switched up a little bit because we're only going to be having our Friday. There we go. We're only going to be having our Friday and Saturday streams confirmed. So those are like our squad streams where we'll come together, we'll play, you know, whatever squad game we end up playing. I know this week we're playing Fall Guys. We may switch over, play some fighting games as well. It just depends on how we're feeling. You know, it's more casual. It doesn't need to feel more serious like the solo streams were. We may stream to the channel with solo games here and there if we can get that to be fixed. It's kind of difficult when streaming from the PlayStation 4, but that sounds like a problem for future us. So we'll take care of the flames as they show up.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Wait, burn or build the bridge? You know what? We'll
burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, we'll take care of that problem. Yeah. Oh man. But anyways, for those of you who have been around for a while, you've listened to the Gauntlet of Gaming podcast. You know, normally our openings aren't this long, but hey, this is what happens when you go on vacation for a bit. You have a lot that you need to talk about.
And thank you for sticking with us.
Update.
Yeah. What'd you say, Francis?
Thank you for sticking with us.
Oh yeah. I know it can be very jarring when continuous content gets disrupted and you're not seeing the same thing anymore. So coming back can often be a very foreign and uncomfortable feeling, but sometimes you need a break in order to come back feeling fresh and renewed, just like a phoenix or like Thanos. Yeah.
What will you do when you're done? I'll rest and look out upon a grateful universe.
And you know what? I'll let you know. I did not rest and I did not look out upon a grateful universe during vacation. So we have a lot of work to do with the Infinity Stones within our power.
We use the Gauntlet to destroy the Gauntlet.
I think, yeah. Oh gosh. Maybe in the future. Just not today, but maybe in the future. Alright, so speaking of the Gauntlet, our question for today, for those who are listening, which by the way, I'm pretty sure that this podcast is going to probably be the first podcast for a lot of our new listeners. So for those of you who are new to the Gauntlet of Gaming, hi, hello, welcome. We appreciate you. We love you. You are one of us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we, the members of the Gauntlet of Gaming, each of us are one of the fingers. You are just an additional finger on that gauntlet. So when we snap, you snap along with us. Remember that these hands are indeed rated E for everyone. That includes you. Yes, you.
Gotta catch them all, yeah.
Oh man, but
that means every Pokemon.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna banhammer Francis now. We're not even 10 minutes in, and I'm gonna banhammer. Well, I guess we would be about at this point, but jeez. But since you are a part of the Gauntlet of Gaming, since this community is your community, we have our usual question of the day with our podcast. And today's question is, with all the games and updates and reveals and things that have happened during this summer period, so roughly around June to whatever today would be, what were the updates, reveals, and discussions that were big highlights for you? We're trying to be positive as we're coming back. What are the good things that were shown during this summer game reveal that really stood out to you? Whether that's, a game was announced, whether a sequel, whether that was updates to a game that you love. Maybe it was the console reveal of the PlayStation 5. Maybe it was bug snacks. We don't judge here, but there's the door. You can see yourself out. Maybe you have kids, so bug snacks was, maybe it was a thing that you enjoyed. Who knows? We'll see. Judgment. But yeah, what was the highlight for you this summer? So we're gonna go and talk about it from person to person. So everyone's gonna be able to just talk about everything on their list. If I remember correctly, I want to say Francis, Santi, and then myself. Correct? That's the order. It's hard for me to see without looking directly at the thing. But yeah, so it'll go Francis, Santi, then me. As you can tell, it's been a while since we've done this. So yeah, we back, baby. But yeah, so Francis, kicking it off for us, what were some of the highlights that came from this season of summer game reveals?
Okay, check it. No, I'm joking. Alright, so obviously my biggest highlight really was the update for Monster Hunter. Obviously, Electron. I will solo it, and I want my first time beating it to be solo. You heard my words. Mark it.
That's a bold announcement.
I mean, people have been it solo already. It's just I'm taking my time with it. Also, I've been playing God of War recently, and also the Master Rank layered armor. No official date yet, unfortunately. But that's gonna be hype.
At least they announced it. People have been asking it forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I'm so ready already. I spent so much time in the Guiding Lands. I want to get something out of it. And also the Sizzling Spice Fest. The Carnival theme. That you guys admit, that was nice, right?
Oh, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was very good.
I might not be a festival type person in person, but I am virtually. Okay,
This is
and then
all
second,
about the virtual e-festivals.
Yeah. And then you had to add that. Okay, and then the next highlight, PS5. Okay, trying to be positive about it. It looks really nice. I'm glad they made it stand now. Functionally, it looks better. It seems like it should work better too. And no. We're trying to be positive. Yeah, it looks nice. I don't know if I still buy it, but it looks nice.
Oh, Francis, I could hear your teeth gritting as you're talking about this right now.
No, that's my fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. Anyway, other highlights. I guess these two are kind of repeats though. And other than that, we haven't heard anything else really. So Horizon Forbidden West, obviously.
Obvious.
I'm ready for that one. Being in San Francisco now. And then those giant elephant machines. I'm ready to ride those. And then Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Of course.
Naturally.
Yeah, I think that's all of our highlight.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, yeah, I think that's it. Really quick.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, from the discussions we've had, most of what you talked about was pretty much what I was expecting from you, because because we're trying to be positive, I know there was quite a few things that you were expecting that just weren't given this summer yet. So
Gods and Monsters.
Hey, positivity.
Gods and Monsters looks fun.
Oh man, but I'm glad to hear that at least there was something that came out of the summer that was able to spice up your love of gaming and give you something to look forward to in the future as well. So that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Speaking of Santi, so I know from discussions that we've had that there's quite a few things, both major announcements and minor announcements that have been cooking in your brain of game thoughterry. So I'm curious, what are some of the highlights that came from this summer of game reveals? Jeez, I can't even say the thing. But yeah, no.
So
what got you feeling nice and spicy?
they finally gave us Master Roshi, or are giving us Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Fighters. I've been asking for Master Roshi for so long. If you've seen the react video we did for Kefla and UI Goku, you know what I'm about. Although I'm trying to be positive, the announcement trailer for Roshi was absolute trash.
You know what?
Like
I'll allow that negativity.
Worst character trailer in existence. Like they showed like his light auto combo, his super, and then like his like victory dance, and that was it. Whereas with Kefla and UI Goku, you had like a whole in-depth analysis of their movesets.
This is facts.
And I was just like, I want more. They even show us him going full power. But all right, that's enough salt.
But Santi, but we're getting Master Roshi.
I know we're getting.
Everyone loves Master Roshi. Hey, we might even get alternative skin Jackie Chun.
That would be amazing. That would be so. People are gonna riot if they don't put Jackie Chun in.
Oh, let's be honest, it's Arc System Wars. We're probably not gonna get that. But hey, we're trying to be positive, right? We're talking about highlights, not disappointments.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be like, I'm kind of hoping they give him like funny interactions with the female fighters, but I can already know it's gonna be really cringy if they do that. But that's also part of who Master Roshi is, so I'm just like, I'm so conflicted.
Part of me doesn't want to see it, but part of me needs it.
I'm like, oh, he's gonna be really creepy, and people are gonna have issues with this, but like, it's Master Roshi.
Right.
They need Mr. Popo.
No, he's too overpowered. That's like putting Whis in the game. We can't do that. It'll break the game. That's pretty simple.
Now we need Now we need Hercule.
We do need Hercule. Yeah.
We need our Dan.
Yeah, I was talking about that with some friends where I was just like, we only have 2 slots left. It's got to be Omega Shenron and Hercule. It has to be. But
either that or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
See, some people were saying that too, but I was like, they gave us Gogeta Blue, and it's not like they gave us Gogeta who could do Blue install, so I don't think they're going to give us another version of Gogeta anytime soon. But hey, I have no idea. At the end of the day, as long as it's not a character like Ribrianne, I'll always be excited for a new character. Will I always play them? Probably not. Don't. Just don't. I don't even want to think about it. We're supposed to be positive. Highlights.
They're gonna put Luigi.
Stop.
Moving on though. I'm still super hyped for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? No, Bomb Crush Cyberpunk. No, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I keep getting the name mixed up. But I'm still super hyped for it. They haven't really shown much else of it yet, but because of their announcement, I was like, I need to support Team Reptile. So I picked up Lethal League Blaze. Great game, fantastic. Music is amazing. It's not a new game, but it's good. Check it out. Support Team Reptile.
It looked like a lot of fun when I was watching you play it. It for sure looked like a type of game that I would probably play with a friend. I wouldn't probably play it solo, but it did look like a lot of fun for sure. And stylistically, it looks good too.
It gets very intense.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. To the point where you're like shouting, screaming, and begging. You're like, please, just don't hit the ball.
Like the ball starts moving so fast, you think I got him, and then they hit it back, and you're like, oh no! getting countered feels so bad in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but other than that, there hasn't really been much that I've been like really super excited for.
Oh, but Santi, you keep forgetting the game.
What game?
Soulstorm.
Yes, but there hasn't been any new info about it, has there?
But you were so hype about it, though.
I know, but like I'm just repeating stuff I said in the last podcast at this point.
That's true. No, honestly, I kind of thought the same thing. Where it was just like, but if there isn't much, we're kind of just talking about the fact that a name reveal there was, and some gameplay, but you know, yeah. No, I feel it.
I was talking to Francis earlier that I'm interested in seeing more about what was it, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see more on that.
I'm glad you're excited for it because I have lost my excitement for that one. But
Unfortunate.
yeah, but it's okay. But yeah, was those all the highlights that you had for this summer?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, it's summer 2020. I'm not expecting there to be a whole lot. But yet somehow I walked away very surprised. And most of this, of course, came from like recently. This was recent stuff. But I was very thoroughly surprised that there were quite a few things that I actually got really hyped about, and it was a major highlight. It wasn't all of the highlights that I was hoping for, but hey, I'll take, one slice of cake over no cake. So first and foremost for me, like Francis already called it out, like all of us, we're all hyped for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like
without a doubt,
if there's one game that we can all thoroughly agree that we're super hyped for and cannot wait to experience, it's definitely Spider-Man Miles Morales. I don't think there's any other game that really is like that for us, where all three of us are equally hyped. So yeah, that's pretty great to have a game like that all three of us are really excited for, that we could probably all play and get to chat about and talk about and things like that. So that's cool. It's nice. We haven't seen much, but honestly, from what I played with Spider-Man, it's kind of like they set the bar, right? Like as long as you maintain that bar and only go higher from there, my expectations you'll blow them out of the water anyways. I don't have.
Well, like if they just if all they did for Miles Morales was basically even kept the same world and just gave us Miles Morales as much as a few new abilities, it'll still be great.
Yeah, like for sure. Like usually, like Saints Row was a game that I narked on for using the same map twice between sequels, but for Miles Morales, it makes sense. You can still keep the exact same map, change some things about it to make the world feel, different or dangerous or things like that. But yeah, no, it's just interesting. Granted, I think I just have a lot of bias because it's Miles Morales, so there's that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what will happen, what will come from this game. So we'll just have to wait. We'll have to see. What they say, what they talk about. But yeah, for the rest of my stuff, I think I only have really one other new game, and everything else is just updates. Which, I mean, it's not bad, but it's kind of telling at the same time. So the only other new game that I'm just like, oh gosh, yes, highlight, like A++, cannot wait to get my hands on this game, Genshin Impact. Getting a season release.
Yes.
So Genshin Impact's coming out soon. They said fall, if I remember correctly. They said fall of 2020, which is kind of dangerous because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in the fall as well. But
I mean, realistically, I feel like it'll probably get pushed back to like most likely holiday 2020.
I don't think so, because the game looks like it's pretty well done and ready to go. If anything, they probably just need to put some finishing polishes on it. They say fall because I think for right now it's like they don't know, with COVID and all that and having to work from home for a lot of studio stuff, they may not know exactly when it'll be set to gold and good to go. But we haven't even touched September yet. And I think that they've got a nice couple of, months. So if anything, I'm projecting that it may be like late October, early November at the latest for Genshin Impact. Which, I mean, honestly, it's one of those games where it's just like, honestly, I don't care how late they release it. You know, push it back. You know, if you have to push it back to March,
As long as it gets released.
yeah. If you have to push it back to March, push it back to March, because FF7 Remake got pushed back, and it was still a wonderful experience. So if you got to push back Genshin Impact, dude, push it back. I don't really care, because I think this is really what I've been looking for. Unfortunately, it's not on the Switch, but this is, at least if I remember correctly, it's not on the Switch. Yeah, I think it's on the main 2. I have to go back and double check that. But it's just the fact that it's kind of that Breath of the Wild game that I've been hoping for. It's supposed to be crossplay, so I can play with friends on no matter what platform that they're on. And it's one of those rare games where it has a gacha mechanic, but it's a gacha mechanic I'm not totally opposed to, because all of the characters look interesting in their design. They look like characters that, you know, even if I didn't want to get them, I may be happy to have them. And if there is this multiplayer aspect of playing with my friends, like, dude, I
really want to play as Green Hollow guy. He
right?
looks so cool.
Oh my goodness. So there's like this running gag in the art community that I'm a part of, known as the Knights of the Art Table, and the running joke is that everything that I love, every character that I love, every game that I love it only because it reminds me of Bleach, and I'm like, they're not wrong. So I can't say that they're wrong. And then I saw this character in Genshin Impact's trailer, and I was just like, dang it, they're 100% right. I love him because he's Bleach.
Got me again.
Yeah, I love him because he's Bleach. But it was cool. It was nice to see a character like that. Just kind of make me like swoon over the game even more. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Even they got me with that. I was looking at like through the trailer. I was like, these are some cool character designs. I'm excited.
Right.
And then Green Hollow guy shows up, and I was like, hype,
yep.
hype, hype.
I really just want to see more of the world with Genshin Impact. Like how much are they expanding on the world? But honestly, at the end of the day, I'm like, unless the game comes out and is a hot dumpster fire, I'll buy it. I'll invest in it. I mean, heck, I invested in Dissidia NT. At this point, I can invest in any game I want. Sadness and sorrow begins to play. So, anyways,
positivity.
Darkness, my old friend.
What happened to the positivity?
I am staying positive. Positively sad.
Positively, emotionally devastated.
There we go.
As long as it's not the virus.
Most definite. Most definite. Hey, you got to talk about Gods and Monsters. I'm going to bring up Dissidia NT. But yeah, so now at this point, everything else that was like a major highlight for me, it wasn't anything like new. Like, hey, here's a major announcement. Worldwide premiere. It's more like, hey, these are updates coming to games that you already enjoy, and we're giving you a reason to go back and play these games. The first one, probably the second biggest one on, I'd argue. It's hard to rank these, but one of the biggest ones that made me scream and lose my ever-loving mind is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. They looked at this game and said, alright, Phantasy Star Online 2, great game. Unfortunately, I don't get enough time to play it as much as I would love to. That's kind of the problem with me and MMOs. But yeah, like it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. Character customization is great. The combat is a lot of fun. Very fast paced. But it's definitely a dated game. Like, it's a really old game, and it's starting to show in its quality and the menus that pop up all the time, things like that.
Yeah. So are they fixing the UI? Because that's I've been kind of trying to get into it, and the biggest issue for me has been like the UI.
Yeah,
it hurts.
There's
too many menus.
Yeah, they haven't talked too much about like UI interface cleanup, but they did show the trailer. They had two trailers actually. They had the announcement and then they had the breakdown trailer. And I'm a sucker for character creation. And I'm not the biggest guy when it comes to graphics. But then I saw PSO2 New Genesis, and I was like, wait, first of all, this game looks, I want to say, arguably better than FF14. Like, it looks better than A Realm Reborn.
Really?
Yeah, the world looked so much cleaner. The character customization, way more in-depth than the regular PSO2. The fact that your character can carry over, minus a couple things, of course, but your character can carry over from one game to the other. Kind of like what Overwatch 2 is doing, where it's like, oh, your progress can go from one game to the other and this game to that. But yeah, like your characters can convert over, and it's just like, oh, okay, all right, oh geez, you're giving me a reason to actually sink hours into an MMO. And I know people who they play PSO2 religiously and they love it, and it's like, I want to be able to love it, but I need like that extra oomph that forces me to have to play it. And New Genesis just it looks so good, and it looks like it's adding so much that it's basically demanding my attention, like it's demanding my respect. And that's nice because I wasn't always an MMO person. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn was kind of like that for me. It was my like addiction to MMOs, but also unfortunately I could not afford subscriptions. I probably could, if I really wanted to play FF14, subscribe monthly and da 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 da, but why do that when I can play PSO2? Why do that when I can play a free MMO that it doesn't look that bad. It looks good, it plays good, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, New Genesis blew me away. Major highlight. Not expecting it. Granted, I agree with a lot of people. They might as well have just called it PSO3. But I can also understand why they want to keep it under the PSO2 banner. So, regardless of whether it's 2 or 3, PSO 50 million, I'm just glad that this MMO is getting more love. And I can't wait to play it. So, that's the first big update. The next one, there isn't really much for me to say except for interesting. Like, interesting is the word I would use to describe this, because a lot of us had talked about it, but we never really truly expected this to actually happen. And I also even said that I didn't really want it to happen, and that's multiplayer is coming to Ghost of Tsushima.
Really?
Right, I was not expecting that when I saw that announcement. And I was like, Nani?
Yeah, so multiplayer is coming to Ghost of Tsushima in the form of Ghost of Tsushima Legends. And it's fascinating because the fact that it's like, I could see how they could do it. And I was talking among friends, and I was just like, really? I don't want it. Like, I don't want multiplayer, because I feel like Ghost of Tsushima is much stronger as a single player experience. But I did say that, like, if it's disconnected from the story, if it's like its own little alternate world type of deal, then yeah, I could see that. Kind of like how RE Resistance is completely separate from everything else Resident Evil. And so when watching the trailer, which granted didn't tell us a lot, but from observation I could get a good amount from what we saw, it felt like it was an objective based multiplayer game. Which is fine. It's kind of like what Mass Effect 3's multiplayer was, where it's like you team up with people, you have an objective. That objective includes having to fight enemies. And honestly, that's fine. There looks like there's going to be a class system, which is hype. I'm most likely going to play the warrior samurai class. I already know one of my friends is going to be playing the Ronin. Literally, Ronin is a part of his username, so he's probably going to be playing that class. And I mean, they've got an archer class, so Santi, if you want to get that Monster Hunter bow working in Ghost of Tsushima, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Also, the beautiful thing is it's free. It's a free multiplayer DLC, so it's just like, that's lit. In fact, I'm interested because there are certain games that you can play their like online multiplayer, or battle royale feature for free without playing the actual game. So I'm wondering, is Legends going to be separate in the sense that you could play it for free? Or is it going to be you have to own a copy of Ghost of Tsushima to play it? Haven't heard anything about that, but I'm curious to see if that will be the case, because then that will be a game changer in the world of multiplayer gaming. So, super excited. And it seems like it's definitely jumping onto that like demon yokai type of aesthetic, and honestly I'm like sick. I love that. That's exactly what I want, because I'm not going to spoil anything about Ghost of Tsushima, but there are like stories that relate to like mythical tales of beings of great power, or gods, or people blessed by the gods, and it makes you question, like, do the gods actually exist in this world? Like, are they actual beings, or is it just folklore that is spoken to, keep people in check? So that mode looks really interesting in the sense that it's like the gods are real and you're gonna have to deal with them. So I'm super excited for that. Ghost of Tsushima, dude, it's my favorite game of all time. So any new content for that, yeah, best believe I'll be there. But it makes it really hard when it comes to just choosing one game that I'll be playing, especially since I don't get that much time to play games nowadays. So.
Speaking of multiplayer updates, I completely forgot about it. It's even just Ghost of Tsushima.
What's up?
Untitled Goose Game is getting a multiplayer update.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I guess they looked at Goat Simulator and was just like, yeah, we should do that. Wait, that's what? Didn't they release? Like, they announced that a while ago, didn't they?
I just saw like ads for it recently. Like, I think Nintendo released a YouTube video about it.
Dang. Or you know what? I think it was the announcement of Goose was coming to other consoles, not multiplayer. But that's interesting. I mean, that's good. You know, you get to be able to goof around as a goose with your friends. So now it's Untitled Geese Game. So, but it's one of those games that I don't even. Did I get Goose? I think I have Goose Game. I just will probably not ever play it anytime soon. I'll play with my little sister. There we go. I'll play with her. So yeah, I really only have 2 more things left. And I'll just go into this one now because it's big, but it's not gut-bustingly big. And that's new seasons have been announced for both Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5. And honestly, I think I'm more hyped for the Street Fighter 5 season than the Tekken updates. Only because we get Dan Hibiki, we get Rose, sorry. I don't really care too much for her character, but we also get Akira from Rival Schools, which is sick. It's like big. There's a lot of hype there. And then we also get Oro, who I haven't been able to play Oro since Third Strike. So I'm super excited to be able to play, you know, Oro in Street Fighter 5. Now, granted, Street Fighter 5, of course, has its issues, but that doesn't stop me from having fun with friends in the game. I, to this day, will still, you know, play Gil into the ground. I'll attempt to play Juri and get stomped. And, of course, I'll always fall back on Ken. But it's nice to be able to have Dan in the game because we always talked about, like, how, you know, fighting games, they gotta have their gag characters. It's just part of the charm, is being able to beat up your friend with a character that no one should ever take seriously. So, and plus, Dan's a mainstay of Street Fighter. He's been in Street Fighter 5 technically as a voice when you go into like the shops and stuff like that. So it's just like just make him a character, just put him in the game. So it's really good to see him and other characters in the game because a lot of us thought that Seth was the last character. It was just like, all right, here's Seth, that's it, that's the end of the game. And then it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, to get these new 4 characters to come out, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see. And yeah, there's gonna be so much hype around the fighting game community when Akira comes out. So yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. And in Tekken, I'm super excited. You know, I'm sure they're gonna do a lot of reworks and stuff like that. I've been having a lot of fun playing friends in Tekken, and of course, you know, I'm still rocking Leroy Smith, but I think I might actually be switching back over to Eddie Gordo because I've just been noticing that I've been having a lot more fluid fun with Eddie, and it's just definitely been more interesting playing with him. But hopefully Tekken doesn't do too many major changes. They just give us some extra characters and give us some rebalancing, and that's it. Because yeah, there are some characters like Leroy that they've been trying to literally nerf into the dirt, and it's made it kind of different to play him, but it's whatever. It's a fighting game. It's fun. I love it. In my opinion, Tekken 7 I think is still the best, most recent fighting game to come out. So it's nice to see that they're still getting content. You know, they're still getting love, and I can never say no to that. You know, I would like to see announcements for new fighting games, but hey, you know, I can only ask for so much. And then my last highlight, which was something I was not expecting to actually talk about as a highlight in the podcast, and that's TennoCon. I will be honest with you, like, out of all of us in the Gauntlet of Gaming, I'm for sure, like, the main Warframe guy. Like, I am the guru of Warframe, even though I am barely a squire when it comes to the people who know and play Warframe. But, you know, normally I'm hyped for TennoCon. I'll buy the TennoCon pack and everything, and I'll be like, all right, this is gonna be great. You know, everything's gonna be sick. These are gonna be great announcements. And it felt like for the past couple of years, it's been burn after burn. You know, giving us promises of things that we wouldn't see for years, and just, you know, felt like there was a lot of burnout that came from the game. But they talked about and showed a lot of content with the Heart of Deimos, and oh my god, all I can say is I cannot wait for August 25th to get here, which literally at the time of recording this podcast is in 3 days. And I'm not ready. Like, I don't think I'm actually ready for Heart of Deimos. I still haven't done Prophet Taker in Fortuna yet. Like that, and I'm the guy who plays Warframe religiously when he's not burned out from it. So I'm already behind on content. But the fact that I have content to look forward to when I do return to the game, if I ever get the time to return to it, is just an amazing thing. And also, we get mechs. We get Warframe mech. Like, Warframe is finally becoming an anime. Like, they're admitting it.
It's becoming Gurren Lagann. That's what's happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
A mech within a mech within a mech.
Right. They realized exactly what the fans have been waiting for. They just wanted Warframe to become more anime. So they're like, all right, fine, we'll make an anime. Here's a mech. But no, it's cool. The world they introduce is cool. It being an infested world, which kind of makes sense. You know, the first world is kind of like the Grineer world with the Plains of Eidolon and Cetus. So, you know, it's very Grineer focused. Fortuna was very, what's it called? Corvus focused. So it was definitely focused more on the technology. So everyone already knew, like, the next world was going to have to be infested, you know, infested something. And just visually and mechanically, a lot of the things that they showcased just looked amazing. They showed a new Warframe, which was like the fan-created Broken Frame, and it seemed cool. It had like some really cool abilities. They did disappoint us a little bit with some of the news that they said, but granted, Warframe is an ever-changing game, so they might take back what they said and, you know, give more of that freedom to the players. But I think one of the coolest things that they introduced was the little Hemlinith, you know, Helminth, or whatever it is, I can't remember how to pronounce it. The room with the chair that can remove the little infestation that you get on your Warframes will now evolve. It's growing. The infestation is getting bigger. And you're now getting basically a big mouth monster that can eat your resources and give you stuff in return. But the coolest thing is the fact that you can sacrifice...
It's evolving into a gacha.
Not really, because you have control. You have control over what you get. You just have to give enough resources for it. What the cool thing that it's giving us, though, is it's giving us the ability to take certain powers from one Warframe and transplant them into another. And I kind of talked to you guys about that a little bit, like in our chat. I talked about it. But yeah, no, like, I say I had an extra Excalibur just laying around, and I have to go back. There's like an entire in-depth, like, chart of every power that we're getting. And I think it's like Radial Javelin is what we're getting from Excalibur. So say I wanted Nidus to have Radial Javelin instead of, like, I don't know, Link, for instance. Then what I could do is I can sacrifice an Excalibur that I have and then put that special power onto my Nidus, which is great. It makes Warframes that, you know, previously were kind of not viable for certain situations start to be more viable with certain abilities. And I think it's super cool. Now, I have heard that there have been some nerfs and stuff in place, and I have to go watch some updates. But honestly, I don't care, because from the updates that they showed, from what TennoCon had brought us, it got me excited to play a game that for a good amount of time was just dead to me. That I was just like, I don't see myself returning to that game anytime soon. So that's nice. I would have even been more happier if they announced, you know, cross save. You know, hey, if you're playing on Switch and you want to play on PlayStation, you can do that now. Like, that's something I would really appreciate. I get it. You know, it's my fault that I started and invested heavily into a Switch Warframe account, but you know, I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. So, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
Just blame it on the rain.
There you go, exactly. Yeah, the rain of DE. That's what I blame it on.
Why don't you just continue on PS4?
because the investment that I put into Switch as far as my Warframe collection, my weapon collection, my MR mastery, blitzing through quests, I've already done Railjack, and Railjack on Switch is like fully completed. It just needs to be like upgraded and whatnot. Yeah, content wise, I've progressed a lot further on Switch than PS4. And my concern is that if I progress in PS4, well, first of all, I'm playing with a lot of Prime Warframes that I did not invest in. Because I'm not going to lie, I put money into Warframe. It's a game I wanted to support. So if it's a game I'll support, I'll put money into it. But I'd be playing on an account that does not have that investment. So it's like, what was the point then of putting all that money towards the game? So yeah, it's just a shame. I really wish I could just move my Switch character over, but I'll be patient. You know, I'll wait. I'll see what happens. At the end of the day, if they're like, nope, it's not ever going to be possible, you might as well forget about it, then I'll just be like, cool. Hey, Genshin Impact, how's it going? or I'll just make the full switch over to PSO2, honestly. I don't consider it to be lost money, right? You know, when you subscribe to a service like Netflix or Hulu or Crunchyroll or things like that, you know, you're paying for the entertainment you're getting at that time. And honestly, the investment I put into Warframe was the entertainment that I got in the game at that time. You know, it's a free-to-play game. You can play it 100% free. So, I'm not really upset about the financial part of it. It just, you know, it just sucks that my account is just stuck to one, you know, just stuck to one console. I wish gaming kind of moved into a direction that was a lot more universal and consumer friendly, but I get it. We live in a capitalistic world, which means that, you know, people got to get their money. So
greedy.
Yep, they got to do what they got to do. But that's all right. That's enough out of me about all of that. Y'all have any last final words you wanted to close out on?
Hades on the Switch looks cool.
All right, you're not wrong. Yeah, I don't think I'll buy it, but I'll definitely watch people play it. It does look interesting. What about you, Francis? Any closing remarks? Any last things?
Check out my stages in Smash.
That's right. You've been putting some work in Smash, huh?
Yeah.
Or at least you did the AI Rumble again.
And I don't forget my GG stage.
Your what?
The GG stage.
Your what stage? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of me not playing on your stages anymore after the last fiasco.
That's not even bad.
Uh-huh. We do need to play
You
Smash.
didn't even
though.
look at it.
We haven't played Smash in a long time. Like,
yeah,
in a very long time. So we probably... The netcode's trash, but, you know, sometimes you have to make a sacrifice for the greater good of having fun. We just won't play it on stream, so that way it doesn't look too bad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, alright. If y'all ain't got anything else, don't forget, you know, you can check us out on Twitch, where we stream our games. By the time you're hearing this, it'll be Sunday, so we're not streaming that day, but on the day of recording, we are playing Fall Guys, so I'm gonna try to get that crown. I still feel cheated. I should have got that 10th crown, but that's alright. I'm gonna get it tonight. It'll be fine. Everything will be just fine. And then yeah, we're just gonna play it by ear and see what happens in the future. We're back, but that doesn't mean that we're, you know, at full power. We're kind of easing ourselves back into it. So we'll see what happens. Things are changing. So are the seasons. This is the way of life. But yeah. So don't forget, you know, our question of the day. What were your highlights? You know, just let us know down in the comments if you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify. Just do something.
Even if it's personal highlights.
No, keep your personal stuff to yourself, you sick, twisted people. Oh man. But anyways,
I'm trying to support our listeners.
No, we don't want to give that type of support. Just remember, the Gauntlet of Gaming is not a professional helping clinic. We cannot help you with all of your problems. Please seek a professional.
Okay, go to me then.
I'm so done with you. But anyways, yeah, this has been the Gauntlet of Gaming.
My channel is Heyoy.
Yeah, go watch Francis Go watch Francis
can
literally
talk about life.
brutalize monsters.
Or die in God of War.
And also some nice ASMR while he's at it.
Yeah, once he gets the whole mic thing fixed out.
Dang it.
Eventually. It takes time. It's like I was telling John. It's not something that you just set up and it works immediately. You know, cities aren't built in a day. It takes time. We didn't even start off strong. We started off really rough. But then we just got to work and we managed to balance out. So, you just got to keep hacking at it. You'll get there. But alright. This has been the Gauntlet of Gaming. I've been Malik.
Francis.
I'm Santiago.
And never forget that these hands are rated E.
For no one.
Oh my gosh.
For everyone.
No. Oh my gosh. Santi dropped the ball. I threw the Hail Mary and he dropped the ball. No. This is what happens when you take a vacation. Everyone
And I
forgets
stole
what
the
they're supposed
ball.
to do. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Pause for dramatic. My behind. Jeez. Bye,
Pause
everyone.
for dramatic effect.